Welcome back, guys. We're continuing on this Spanish Empire campaign. Now, I went to pick a fight with the Russians, and I managed to get a fight with the Russians, but it soured the relations with everybody else, and it's ended up starting a war with the French, the Germans, and the Italians, as well as the Russians. But that's not the biggest problem that we face. Basically, sending out all these ships to start wars with the power projection has increased our fuel costs to $500 million. $500 million in fuel costs. Now the main reason that this is such a huge problem is the last time I did this with, I was testing with the Japanese, these fuel costs never reduce unless you scrap the ships. Now, I set the ships when I was testing it with Japan to defend on here. So I set it to defend. All of the ships were in port on defend, and they all showed 100% fuel. So they all had maximum fuel, they were all topped up to the max, they were all set to defend, so they shouldn't be using any or much fuel. But the fuel cost never reduced. It remained at like whatever it was, can't remember. I think it was 2 billion when I was testing it with Japan. So that's the biggest problem, is if this doesn't reduce, then we're going to end up losing the campaign due to this bug. I mean, what we could do is scrap all the ships to set it back to 0 and then rebuild them again. That seemed to be the only way, the only fix for the bug. But hopefully, I mean, you never know, this might fix itself. But we'll keep an eye on it, see if this reduces or if it only ever just keeps increasing. Okay, so I've tried to get a peace with the Austro-Hungarians and they've refused. Well, they've agreed, but then didn't sign it 3 more times since the last episode. So I just can't seem to get a peace with these goddamn Austro-Hungarians. But I can't be bothered to fight them because the war's already won. So I'm just going to keep trying to accept peace and ignoring the missions with the Austro-Hungarians. But yeah, this has caught me off guard a little bit, having wars with everybody. What I've done is I've docked, or I haven't docked him quite yet, but I'm docking a fleet over here to try and get some fights with the Vladivostok ships. And then I've got a task force in the Baltic and a task force in the North Sea. And then we've got a task force protecting the Western Med, and then we've got a task force protecting the Western Med, and a task force protecting the North Atlantic. So we've got ships protecting the homeland, ships protecting our colonies in Oceania, and 2 strike forces to try and deal with the Germans and the Russians. So that is where we're at. Let's hope that this fuel number starts to reduce. Okay, so we've got a task force battle here. Very nice battle to start off with. Looks pretty even. We've got a bit of an advantage because we've got all of the destroyers. They haven't got any destroyers in theirs. We've got a couple more battle cruisers. So a few more battle cruisers and a load of destroyers. So I've got a feeling we're going to slaughter them. Let's hope that the actual battle, we can finish it, it doesn't crash. Because the last time I fought a Doomstack battle, it wouldn't progress, so fingers crossed that doesn't happen again. Why would you start the ship so close? Come on. What are you messing about at? They're all going to have to do circles to try and get a distance. Oh dear. Right then. This is going to be a challenge to organise. Now, one thing I haven't done in this latest patch is try to combine ships of different classes, because there used to be a bug where if you tried to do this it would cause problems and sometimes crashes. So that's what we're going to try and do in this battle, just as a bit of a tester. So we're going to have the battleships up front, then the battle cruisers. I think what I might actually do is have the armoured cruisers and the light cruisers in front of them. So light cruisers first, then the armoured cruisers, then the battleships, then the battle cruisers. So yeah, light cruisers, armoured cruisers, battleships, and then I'm gonna manually control the rest of the ships, the screening ships. So that is the plan. We'll find out if there's any bugs going on with this combining of the different fleets. So this was an accident having a fleet this size. I basically moved two different divisions and they combined when going through the Denmark Strait. So that's why there's so many ships. It wasn't intended. So what we're going to do is have a bunch of them lead the advance. And then another bunch of them hanging back. So let's have a look. I don't know if I set him to follow these. God, I hope he don't crash it. Yeah, he follows onto the back. This is going to be an interesting test to see if the game crashes, because I've got a high feeling, a very big feeling that this is going to crash the game, because setting ships to follow other divisions, also when the division's got more than one ship, that also causes crashes. So we've got two different ways that we might cause a crash here. But in the name of science, I should have set the other ships to off. Okay, now I need to tell everybody to take the avoid off. Fun times, man. Fun times. Why they can't just give us an option to have this default off, or an option to be able to do this en masse, rather than having to click every goddamn ship. Okay, so we're all low on fuel, so let's have a look, see what speed that they're going. So he's going maximum speed, even though we're low on fuel. So as long as you don't touch the speed slider. Now I'm on the second update, I'm not on the latest update, so this might have been fixed on the latest update. Right, what I want to do is find the back of this pack. Which might... It's him. Oh, that was nice and easy. So we're setting the main division to follow the back of him. So basically all our ships are going to be doing nothing for a long time. Oh, there we go. It's not working. They're not doing anything. They're just sitting still. Right, Let's see if we can get him moving. No, he's not moving even if we click. He's set to 0. Oh, hey, he's shooting. Oh dear. Well, yeah, rather frustrating. So that would mean I'd have to detach the entire division. Let's see if they start moving. He's not moving. Oh dear. Okay. The game's just a right buggy mess, unfortunately. Right, let's set all these to AI mode then. See what that does. They might start moving, they might get unstuck somehow. I'm gonna have to take the avoid off on all of them. So we'll come back and check on him in a bit, see if the... Oh, he's moving. He is moving. Right, that's good. So we might actually be able to use them at some point then. Right, because I've been messing about with all of this, I've kind of lost track of what I was doing. So I might, with everything being a mess, I might just combine the destroyer fleets. There's too much going on. To be able to handle 2 different sets of destroyer fleets. So yeah, let's just see what happens with all of these. We'll come back and check on them in a bit. I mean, I might be able to just set them, all the battleships, into one division like you would do normally. I'd clean it up a bit. Oh, that was weird. I was showing the wrong picture. Why is it doing that? Right, let's do that. Let's see if they can sort themselves out. Right, Division 37 or 41. Division 38, so if I do that, that should put all the battle cruisers together. .40, 39. Yeah, we're not going to be able to. Too high a number. So yeah, this is obviously a mess, but there's not much we can do about it if the game doesn't let us do what we want to do. So we'll come back and check on these in a bit to see what they're doing. For now though, let's just use destroyers, seeing as we can actually control the destroyers properly. I think what I might do actually with these, tell them all to come in this direction, just so at least they're heading towards the combat and I know where to look for them. don't want to fire torpedoes towards my ship, so I'm going to come on the inside, fire them all this direction, see if we can get some collateral fire with them. Quite aim his torpedoes at the ones I wanted to aim at, but that'll do. Although they all missed. One hit, but it was a dud. We'll come back to these in a bit. We've got loads of volleys that we can fire. Likely going to hit the wreck there, but it's not a big deal. Okay, so we've dealt with the flanking ships, so we can head towards the capital ships now, which were obviously our main target. Just didn't want to leave this flanking force constantly peppering us. Well, luckily their accuracy is absolutely goddamn awful. Look how many shots they've fired. They're bound to hit me at some point, surely. Nice volley to start off with, that should have killed that battleship. Ooh, maybe not. Might need one more to finish it off. Yeah, it looks like it needs one more. Well, we lost one, but at least he managed to fire his torpedoes, so that should give him something to worry about. Nice. Landed a couple. Knock out his rudder, make it harder for him to evade anymore. Now the main issue here is trying to avoid friendly fire. Fortunately, all the torpedoes landed in the same place, so we're going to have to fire another couple of volleys at him. That should finish him off. Flash fire would definitely help. Okay, so this volley's going to miss, but I'm going to use it to just get him to turn towards the other flanking ship. Lovely. That should finish him off. Lovely. So we didn't need any of them capital ships that we brought with us. I'm curious actually to go check on them, see if they've stopped. That is not moving very fast. 8 knots, 10 knots. Why is he going up and down like that? Yeah, they're all bugged. Basically, you can't combine ships of different classes because things like this happen where they go up and down, up and down, up and down. I mean, just look. What is going on here? They've really screwed this game up. Finding the front of the division might be a challenge now. Yeah, they've really screwed this game up. It's a right buggy mess now. It's a shame because the game's got so much potential. It's just they don't know what they're doing. They clearly don't know what they're doing. The devs don't. It's quite sad because they've put so much effort into it, but it's just at the moment it's a bit of a catastrophe. If there was no bugs in the game, it'd be one of the best games ever made. I really think they need to employ somebody who's actually got a lot of experience, even if it does cost them a bit of money to get them in. I don't think that they're capable of fixing this mess on their own, because a lot of these bugs have been in the game for a very long time, not just in this beta patch. But if you know about the bugs, you can work around them, which is what I always do. But for people who are new to the game, I can imagine that this would just feel unplayable, because they wouldn't understand what the bug is, why it's happening, or how to work around it. Well, we've done significant damage to them. I don't know where the rest of the ships are though. Apparently they're in the same direction. But it might take a while to catch up to them. Well, we've found some of them. Interesting. Look like all the torpedoes over here missed. Damn, spread wasn't good enough to finish him off. Oh, it finished him off anyway. Yeah, unfortunately all them torpedoes hit in the same place. That should finish him off. We're getting wrecked, so I'm just going to fire him early. So we landed a couple, but they were all in exactly the same spot again, so it slowed him down, but it didn't do much damage to him. So I'm going to use this one to try and get him to turn counterclockwise towards this one that's going to be flanking. That's why I'm taking a little bit more of a wide route. Hopefully that'll get him to turn. Doesn't look like he's turning though, but that should finish him off. Okay, so it looks like they've got some more ships, battleship maybe, or battle cruiser probably because he's fast, and a couple more light cruisers, but I think we've done enough damage for this mission. We can quickly have a look, see where the... Yeah, so he's in this direction, so we are heading the right direction, so... Oh, there we go, spotted him already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've got 6 more loads of torpedoes that we can use. And because they're obviously really close to us, we may as well actually use them. So it's either 2 battleships or 2 battle cruisers. Looks like they're the battleships. So I'm going to go a bit wide again, see if I can get him to turn. I'm not sure if he will turn, because I think he's following onto the back of that one. So I think he'll just stay following, but he might turn. One way to find out. I mean, we could aim at the front one to get the front one to turn. Oops. See if that gets him turning. Wow. Explosions. Well, he looks like a really juicy target. Might just be turning away from me though. Yeah, unfortunately, he just turned away slightly.